Hello, special day today. We're starting Poppy's Return by Avi. This is book 5 in the Dimwood Forest series, and today it's chapter 1, Poppy and Rye Visit Aerith.
Oh, sugared slug soup,
said Aerith the porcupine without looking up from the lump of salt over which he was slobbering.
No, I don't believe it.
I'm afraid it's true, said the deer mouse Poppy to her old friend. It's very upsetting. The kind of thing that makes me wonder if I've been a bad parent. Poppy and her husband Rye, a golden mouse, had gone over to Aerith's smelly hollow log for a talk. The closest of friends, they lived deep within Dimwood Forest, where the tall trees reached into the sweet air and carpeted the earth below with soft shadows. Now, Poppy, said Rye, the rest of our children are doing fine. Poppy sighed. I suppose one failure out of a litter of 11 isn't bad, she said. Her round white belly had grown plump of late. Though her eyes were usually bright and her whiskers full, now those eyes appeared rather dull and full of worry, while her whiskers were somewhat limp.
You made your first mistake by naming him Ragweed Jr.,
Aerith grumbled between licks of salt.
Most juniors, he said, resent the name, or should.
I wish he did resent it, said Poppy. Junior's problem is that he loves being a new ragweed.
Oh, gangrenous Jim Shorts,
said Aerith.
Was there ever a mouse, dead or alive, who caused more fuss than the first ragweed?
I'm afraid, said Rye. Junior wants to be what he thinks ragweed was. It's all those stories he's heard about my brother. Though, of course, Poppy said, Junior never knew ragweed. All he knows is that ragweed was unusual. She reached out, took Rye's paw, and squeezed it with affection. It was ragweed who brought us together, and if it hadn't been for him, she reminded Aerith, I doubt you and I would have met.
I suppose,
said Aerith. He put his salt lump down reluctantly.
Just what the flea fudge has Junior done?
He used to be a cheerful, chatty, wonderfully open young mouse, said Poppy. Nowadays he's a constant frown. If I say yes, Rye went on, pulling at his long whiskers, he says no. If I say no, he says yes. When he says anything more than that, it's usually, leave me alone. He has become rather rude, said Poppy. Almost impossible to get him out of bed before noon. I doubt, said Poppy, that he washes his face more than once per week, even though he's constantly being reminded. Her own ears were large and dark, with a nose, toes, and tail that were pink and clean. And now he's completely changed his looks, said Rye, whose fur was dark orange.
Looks?
Barked Aerith.
How can a mouse change his looks?
You see, said Rye, with a shake of his head and a whisk of his tail, Junior's best friend is a skunk. The salt fell from Aerith's paws.
A skunk?
His name is Mephitis, Poppy explained. We don't know much about him or his family. I'm afraid the problem is that he's not a very good influence. Aerith, you need to see Junior for yourself.
Oh, toe jam on toothpick, said Aerith. He can't be that bad.
The point is, said Poppy, Junior has become a teenager.
A teenager?
Cried the porcupine.
Why the weasel wonk did you let that happen?
He did it on his own, said Rye, his small ears cocked forward.
Then I'd better go unbuckle his buttons,
said Aerith. With a rattle of his quills, he heaved himself up.
Where is he?
Probably down among the snag roots, said Rye. He's taken a liking darkness, too.
No, just watch me, pockets, said Aerith. I'll straighten him out flatter than a 6-lane highway running through Death Valley. Be back soon, and don't touch my salt or you'll get a quill up your snoot.
Quills rattling, the porcupine clumped out of the old log and headed for the gray, lifeless, and topless tree in which Poppy and her family made their home. Good luck, Ry called after him. I do hope it was right to tell Aerith about Junior, said Poppy. Nothing else has worked, said Ry. But what do you think he'll do? I'm not sure, but I guess we'll find out pretty soon. And that's the end of chapter 1.